Why we need to stop explaining ourselves to a narcissist. You don't need to explain yourself to those unable or unwilling to listen to you, to those who are not loyal to you, to those who twist what they do onto you, to those who at most are only willing to give if there is something in it for themselves. We are humans with thoughts and feelings, and when someone is trying to say we've acted in a way we haven't, feel in a way we don't, or that our feelings are in some way wrong, making us doubt the very thing that's designed to protect us against those that hurt us, by walking away from those who do. When someone is provoking feelings within us, then denying their behaviour when they're claiming our intentions are something they are not, we rightfully want to defend ourselves. And with people like ourselves that might have made an error in judgment or said something they didn't mean, a conversation will usually sort this out. However, with a narcissist, most of us fall into their trap of trying to explain our thoughts, feelings and opinions to the narcissist time and time again, only to be left questioning ourselves, confused, angry, irritated, hurt, bewildered, full of self-doubt and anxiety. Nonetheless, through the narcissist gaslighting, we do our best to change to keep them happy, not realising that change is making us miserable. And no matter what we do for them, they're not changing as they do not see themselves as the problem. To us, we believe then that we are the problem and do our best time and time again to change to suit them. Narcissistic people have a remarkable ability to draw people into arguments, and this then leaves us confused, feeling bad, feeling angry, feeling irritated, full of resentment or feeling guilty. One of the human needs is love and connection. Another is significance. We want to connect with others. We want to be loved by others, care for and be cared about by others. We want to understand others and be understood by others, form opinions, find a compromise and get along with people. We don't all think and feel the same. We don't all hear what's being said in the same way it's meant at times. It is healthy to see another person's perspectives and reach a compromise. A narcissist doesn't think like this. They don't connect with others on the same level. They cannot relate to others on this level. A narcissist wants to exploit people. They want control. They feel entitled to do so. And they are more than happy to exploit people to get their needs met because they lack the empathy to care for those that they might hurt in the process. We find ourselves trying to use reason and logic to find a compromise with most people throughout life. Explaining is a normal human response. Defending ourselves is a normal human response when someone's trying to say things about us that are not true. Kind people will listen to you and try to understand you. It's exhausting explaining yourself to a narcissist. They will just get you into an argument, and most often you're left feeling worse than before you approach them. And once they've got you drawn into that argument, the more frustrated you get, the calmer the narcissist will get. And then at some point, the narcissist will turn around and ask you if you're okay. But they'll do it in such a calm, calculated voice that it almost seems like they care, yet they're the one that's driven us to those depths of despair. We find ourselves struggling to try and claim our reality back, often feeling like we're the ones going crazy. You do not need to explain yourself to those who aren't going to listen, to those who want to bring you down to their level to feel better about themselves. So long as you know within yourself that your intentions are good, people with good intentions will listen to your explanations. Narcissists will use your explanations against you to twist the story to try and bring you down. A narcissist is not looking to understand you or reach a compromise with you. They are looking to have their their needs met. If they act in anger towards you, they often feel anger at themselves, or they want to bring out that anger within you, or they want you to fawn to their reality, to their way of thinking. When they act in jealousy towards you, when you know you've done nothing wrong, most likely they've done something, or they're feeling jealous of you, of what you are doing within your life, or they're trying to control you through that emotion by stopping you dressing up, by stopping you going out for fear of reaction from them. Some will be doing to you what they are saying you are doing to them. When they accuse you of being jealous, they're often trying to distract you from the very actions they are creating, from the very actions they are doing to create those feelings of jealousy within you. If they are saying you're insecure, it's usually because of something they have done to you to provoke those feelings of insecurity within you. Listen to your emotions, listen to your instincts. They're trying to tell you something. Don't listen to the words of those who invalidate you and make you question yourself more than you were before you approach them. Don't listen to those who make you doubt your feelings and your intentions. If they are playing victim, it's usually because they want attention. They lack the emotional awareness for us, for how we are feeling. They lack the empathy to be able to connect with how we are feeling in a moment. And most use cognitive empathy against us to cause those feelings of obligation, to guilt trip us into doing something we wouldn't usually do. They cannot put themselves in our shoes to see how we are feeling, only how we could be stopping them doing something they feel entitled to do by questioning them over our feelings. Regardless of the effects it has on you, they are not interested in how you feel. They just feel entitled to do as they please. Don't defend yourself to them, as most will only listen to what you are saying or doing so that they can pick it apart and use it against you to further their advantage of you, to gain dominance and control over you. A narcissist will invalidate your strengths, so you doubt your own capabilities. They poke at your weaknesses to make you feel less than. They use the things you care for the most, as these are the things you'll most passionately defend, so that they can bait that reaction from you to then blame it all on you. So you doubt and blame yourself more and not their actions. They are always playing that game of doing what they want with one hand, by distracting you with the other hand, gaslighting you into believing things that aren't true about yourself and about them. When they're giving you those false promises of a fake future and those false apologies, it's to give you that hope within them, not realizing that this is only bringing you down. Anything you say to a narcissist, they will use as evidence against you, including telling them your dreams. They will use these to pick them apart or to take them from you by promising them to you and not delivering them to you. They need to remain in control of all others, to remain in control of themselves and their lives. When they lose control of others' minds, they throw massive tantrums. The projection, the gaslighting, the blame shifting and the rage to try and regain control of others, as they feel genuinely better than others. They feel they have that belief that they are special and that arrogance that they are deserving of special attention, and they need to remain in control. They just want to stay in control, and they can be passive aggressive, those silent treatments, those sulks, giving ultimatums. They only think their way and they want to win no matter what. Most because they lack in that cognitive reflection, so they cannot reflect on something they might have said, done to cause an issue. They can only view the world as causing issues to them. They shift the blame onto those around them. They do deep down have that quiet woe is me and believe that the world and people within the world are against them. Nothing you can do or say will change their minds or their opinions. They are locked onto their reality, onto their way of thinking. They simply cannot hear what you are saying. They cannot take advice on board. They mistake advice as criticism. They just see it as you insulting their intelligence. They then take this as criticism and act out as they feel judged. They then want revenge on you for how they perceive the situation went and how they believe others have made them feel. But they're not willing to come and communicate their feelings with them. Their ego will not allow them to communicate their feelings with other people, only if they can use it in a way to exploit other people. They're not communicating their genuine feelings. They're always communicating whatever they can use to take advantage of other people. They don't understand that they are hurting people. They just understand that they want control. They cannot accept the truth, even when faced with facts and evidence. If it means they'll lose control or lose their reality, they will manipulate in so many ways to deny and blame shift. Narcissists do not hear you, and it's nothing to do with you. Your motives are your motives, and they are not interested in what they are. They only care about what they care about, which is themselves. And you can explain yourself till you are blue in the face and hitting your head against a brick wall. They are just not going to listen. When you're trying to explain things to them that they disagree with, they will take you off topic. They will blame shift. They will provoke. They will word salad. They will gaslight. They will rage, leaving you feeling more confused and frustrated. When we are not sure of who we are as a person, when people tell you things about yourself that touch on those insecurities that we don't feel good enough about, it hurts. Just like it actually hurts a narcissist when people touch on their insecurities, often without even realising, because a narcissist will not open up about them, only things they can guilt trip people with. When people put us down, we can feel judged and upset. The best and most kind-hearted people can act out in anger when their buttons get pushed enough. We all have our limits. Afterwards, though, those with empathy, those who care for other people, those who have a good heart, will feel guilty and remorse. They'll learn from their mistake and try not to do it again, and they'll do their utmost to make it up to any person they might have harmed in that moment. They will reflect on their behaviour. If someone's touching on an insecurity that's a limiting belief within yourself, as you try to defend yourself and show others who you are, and they invalidate your feelings, it hurts. And it hurts hard when we try our best to please people and help others, and it's often destroying ourselves. Narcissistic people often do not feel that guilt and remorse for their actions in the same way that we do. Often they just feel that deep inner shame and hurt people to make themselves feel better, as they blame others to escape that guilt. They pass the guilt on to those around them. Instead of learning from their own mistakes, they never look towards themselves. They're always looking to find fault within others. All people have insecurities. All people have vulnerabilities. Most people try to fit in. Most people try to fill their own human needs. Most of us then sound extremely narcissistic, but we are not all on the narcissist personality disorder. Most of us do have some form of narcissism within us. There is such a thing as positive, healthy narcissism, where you are taking care of yourself in the right way so that you can take care of others in the right way. Therefore, when around those who have the disorder, this can bring the worst out in us, also causing that cognitive dissonance within ourselves, as our beliefs to we are a good-hearted person don't match our realities, because They are bringing the worst out in us. When we get caught up in arguments with them, when we get caught up in defending ourselves to them, it doesn't match who we are as a person. With the help of their manipulative gaslighting tactics, it takes us further down and confuses us into believing that we are the narcissist and we are the ones that need to change. So we change time and time and time again. One of the main things about narcissistic people is they look to blame all others, whereas those who do not have the disorder tend to blame themselves. And even after the relationship is over, they still seem to excuse the narcissist by finding ways to blame themselves. And it's okay to blame yourself for behaviour you've actually done, that radical acceptance, because this is how we learn and we grow. But behaviour we haven't done, we have to pass responsibility back to the rightful owner. People who bait us into arguments, we need to step away from those people and gain emotional control within ourselves. There is a difference between hurt people who hurt people, insecure people who don't know who they are, hurting people, go around destroying people to feel better within themselves, and hurting people who are trying to help them. And just because they are hurt, this is no excuse to hurt other people at all. And then we have hurt people who help people. Those insecure people don't know who they are as such, who can then go around trying to help others to feel better within themselves, so others don't feel the same pain. These two together leads to a very toxic relationship, as the one with empathy changes themselves time and time again to please others. The one with NPD takes advantage, often leading to hurt feelings, anger and resentment in both parties. The one with empathy taking all the blame and working harder to please the one with NPD. In contrast, the one with NPD passes over all the blame, all the responsibility to escape accountability. So where you try to help others feel better, narcissistic people make others feel worse. Learning to accept and love your insecurities, learning who you are, learning emotional intelligence, learning what makes you happy, your boundaries, creating that inner confidence. You will learn to help and support the right people and walk away from the wrong people. Narcissists will cause arguments simply because they want to. There is no reason behind it. They sometimes just want to cause an argument to gain that attention. Sometimes no reason at all. Narcissists don't want to be blamed for any problems, so they must make others at fault for everything that is wrong within the narcissist's life. A narcissist can be some of the most miserable people alive, and they will drain the happiness out of those around them. It never matters what you say or how you say it. They are not going to understand or listen to you, as their brains just don't work like ours. You don't need to explain yourself to the narcissist or convince them of who you are. If they don't love you for who you are, they are not the person for you. You don't need to explain what your intentions are. We go around trying several ways to explain in a different way, or wait till they're in a better mood. We try several different approaches to get them to understand us, and they simply do not want to. If your opinions, beliefs, thoughts, feelings do not match theirs, they are not interested. Most of them know you are a good person. They just feel superior to you. They put you down to make you out to be the bad person so that they can feel better about themselves, so that they can escape those feelings of shame. They can project who they are onto you. They are often full of anger and resentment and project this onto others. Narcissistic people hate the fact that others do well for themselves. They are very envious people. They are jealous and envious of confident, happy people who are succeeding in life. They accuse you of being crazy or being a fool or not remember things, as they feel inner shame. They don't want to feel that shame. They want to rewrite history to escape accountability. They want to change what you think about a situation so they can feel better within themselves. It is not your responsibility to explain to people who just don't understand you. You don't have to explain it's wrong for them to disappear on you, why it's wrong for them to cheat on you, as they will just keep doing it to you. You have to learn your boundaries of behaviour you will not accept from other people and walk away. It's not your responsibility to explain to your parents why you do or do not want to do something within your life if they're telling you you cannot do it. With good intentions, there is only your way to live your life. If they are making you feel guilty, leave your parents to it, your partner, your exes, your friends, leave them to it. If they are not going to be happy for you, they are not the ones you want to be telling your dreams to. That is their opinion. When they are bringing you down, that is their opinion, and they are entitled to keep that opinion, and you are entitled to prove them wrong by taking action and achieving your dreams for you. But some people, no matter what you do, are not going to be happy for you. It's not up to you to change their minds. It's not up to you to change anyone other than yourself. You cannot change people. You can only help people. And if they are unable or unwilling to accept responsibility for their own life, for their own mistakes, for their own errors in judgment, it's not up to you to make them see sense. It's up to you to know they're entitled to that opinion, and you're entitled to walk away and not let them define who you are. When you get drawn into their games and arguments, they almost feed off it. Winning the discussion with them is not your end goal. That is theirs. Remaining true to yourself is all you need. You try to get them to have a better opinion of you, and it's never going to happen, as they're not interested in who you are as a person. They're only interested in your way. Your job is to learn to have a better opinion of yourself so that others cannot drag you down anymore. Keeping true to yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, believing in yourself and who you are. If you have to communicate with them, communicate with yourself first. Communicate with your emotions. Tune into your feelings, tune into your opinions, tune into your thoughts, and do not let them take you off topic. When they are trying to bait you, retreat, rethink, and only respond if you absolutely need to do so. For example, when it comes to childcare arrangements, so you've got no choice but to respond. All of the times, if you've got a choice to not respond, do not respond. Narcissists are all about that attention, and they will draw you in. All you need to say to them when they are poking and chipping away at your insecurities or your strengths or your weaknesses is, you're entitled to your opinion, because they are entitled to their opinion just as we're entitled to our opinion. We do not have to take their opinion on board as our own. When they've spent years gaslighting us, it's very easy to take their opinions on board, which is why distance, to create our own mindset, to clear the programming that's been drilled into our subconscious of the belief we have within ourselves, creating that distance from a narcissist, especially a narcissistic parent, to start to learn about who we are as a person. When you are speaking to them, always use a calm voice, a straight face if you can. Do not get defensive. It's not up to you to force someone else to understand you. So if they disagree, there is no need to keep going. If you want to explain once and then leave them to it. If it's your parents saying you're incapable of doing something, don't explain why or how you can. Just go and show yourself that you can. Prove them wrong with your actions and not your words. Remember, it's not about winning, it's about remaining true to who you are. If they are not willing to compromise, if they are not willing to listen, if they are not willing to understand, leave them to it, managing your own emotional state around them. Knowing they just don't understand on your level. Best is saying nothing, leaving them to live their life while you go and live yours. Hold your ground and don't give in. It's not worth it. Narcissists will up their games when people don't react, as that's what they want, attention. Learning who they are, learning the patterns of behaviour they cycle around so you can observe what they are doing, observe what they're trying to get from you and no longer absorb it. Your worth, your value is only ever dependent on you and who you are. You define you, which isn't always easy to do when you've been around narcissistic people, but you can and you will. I shall add in the description the video on how to handle yourself around a narcissist and the video on 10 gaslighting methods narcissists use, because learning how they cycle around certain behaviours, again observing what they do, helps us recognise so that we no longer absorb their behaviour and we get a better understanding of who they are and who we are. If anyone has any advice, please add it into the comments. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.